Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Three of Wands. So I was thinking about this card makes me think about how sometimes we could be the source of inspiration for the people in our lives. And in this card I kind of think about the people that we might be inspiring are like sculptors, let's say. So they're creative. The the kind of creative work that they do is work that reshapes the world around them, or cuts away at it, trims it. Like starting with a big slab of marble and then cutting away all the unnecessary pieces until the thing that you saw inside of it is revealed. Um, these kinds of creative individuals, um, and we could be talking architects, sculptors, farmers, people that just they that change the world, like physically, reshape um, the earth. Let's say um, when when we inspire these individuals, when they look to us and see something that we've been working on, something that we've accomplished that has um, that has brought us great esteem or self-esteem or esteem from others, something that has given us meaning, something that a lot of people have some sort of an undertaking that keeps them out of trouble, to put it mildly. A lot of people have something that's more important than all of the temptations and vices, right? For some people it's their family even, you can't mess around. You got a family to keep together, but there are other people that have, their passion projects, any one of these things. Now, with these younger creators that we could be inspiring through just the act of existing, living living in a way that appears like a byproduct of this kind of creative work that we ourselves have done. And creating a family is it's no small feat. A lot of people, they look at that, it might be easy for us to think, oh, whatever, I'm just, a mom or a dad or whatever. A lot of people look at that and they go, oh man, that's the thing, that's it's like the most important thing you could create. You've built a home for yourself, those kinds of things. Anyways, so when people see this, and I'm presuming this is kind of just generally going to deal with people that are younger than us, or at least people that haven't had as many of the kinds of experiences that we've had. This largely contributes to them looking at us and becoming inspired by seeing what we've done. Is There's a good chance we've just been around longer, we've had more time to achieve things. So they've certainly done some smaller creative things. They look to us, they say, oh man, this is this is the kind of stuff that I want to do, right? I want to work on something that's as important to me as how important this thing looks to the person inspiring me. But while they're recognizing this, often another thing that they recognize was the time and the place at which we had our opportunities to build our things. Um, they don't exist anymore. I mean, if you if you find a piece of land and clean it up and build a house on it, and someone says, wow, you built a house, I want to do that. Well, they can't do it where they're standing because that's your house and your land. And what if this is taking place in an area where all the other land has also been spoken for by a whole bunch of other people who have done the same things that we've done? Maybe when we were building the house and we were kind of in their shoes, we, all the land in the area was free, and it was just us and a whole bunch of other early settlers, pioneers, early adopters, whatever, doing this thing. But now this younger generation, they don't have that opportunity. So I think this card kind of symbolizes how those individuals can be inspired by us to leave, to go away. And it's, on one hand, it's a really flattering, awesome feeling to know that you've inspired someone to go out into the world and search for, you know, search for that place where they can make a life for themselves, where they could build their home, where they could create that work of art, whatever it is that we've inspired them to do. That's really flattering. That's great. But also, they leave, right? So it's like, yay, I inspired my friend, and now I don't have a friend anymore because they're off in the world looking for their own place. And I think that there's sometimes, I think people that are friends, that are quote unquote friends, sometimes kind of like frenemies. I don't know if you know that term, but friend and enemy. Um, I think that sometimes people intentionally avoid inspiring their friends to do anything with their life because they know that there's a chance that if they really inspire this person to pursue their own things, that person is going to start pursuing those things, and who knows where they're going to go. And then maybe the friendship will no longer be, the best thing they got going for themselves. So, oh, excuse me. I'm recording this pretty late. I went to the beach today and tried to work on my lack of tan. It was a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, so this could be, I think this could be a painful or uncomfortable experience. And I think even just recognizing the possibility for this to happen, like I just said, often kind of pushes people to make some weird decisions that are like, you know, maybe not detrimental for their friends, because it's not like it's not like their life gets worse, but holding someone back from maybe achieving something greater just so that you could keep holding on to them. Um, yeah, kind of sucks to have people move away, but anyway, especially a tough decision that I imagine a lot of people face with their children, right? Raising their kids. It's like this kind of relationship. You want to be there over and over and over as you're raising your kids. You want to inspire them to, you know, be a better person. All the lessons that you hope to teach your kids, all the lessons you hope sink in. You want your kids to be inspired by the lessons, not just like reciting, yeah, we always clean up after us. It's you you want these ideas to take hold and inspire your kids. And then again, it's, if you do a really good job raising your kids, then the thing they're really good at in a way is moving away, becoming independent, starting their own lives. And now I do think that there's an entire life's worth of work raising kids. I think a lot of people have this idea that, like, yeah, you raise a kid until they're 18, and they go to college, and they get their job, they move out, you know, then they do their own thing. Um, but I think that I think that in a lot of ways, that's where a lot of the really important parenting starts. Like a lot of the kind of role modeling that is really meaningful. You know, that is potentially the only thing that stands in the way of um, your kids developing like a nihilistic outlook on life, right? Um, I had a friend recently whose parents were going through a breakup, and they were kind of saying, well, you know, our kids are in their late 20s. It's whatever. They're independent, right? But still, I was kind of thinking like, yeah, but you know, they're still looking to you as role models, probably the most real role models to them in terms of what to expect in life and relationships is going to come from you. So when they have the opportunity to get together with someone and maybe start a family, are they going to think about this moment? You know, is the narrative they tell themselves going to be like, do I really want to start a family? Because then I'm probably just going to end up splitting up in like 25 years. And, you know, it's looking pretty far ahead with that kind of pessimism. But nonetheless, my point is that I think that I think that insofar as parenting is like, you know, teaching your kids lessons, being role models, I kind of feel like it never stops. But yeah, just going back to the idea that I kind of see as being represented in the Three of Wands is the you know the very type of inspiration that we want to offer to people um, often leads them away from us, and I don't think it necessarily always has to, and I certainly think that you could you could take steps to ensure that there is some space set aside. You know, if you plan ahead, like if you inspire someone towards a new hobby, um, if you don't want them to leave pursuing the hobby, well, you could certainly set up an environment somewhere in your home, somewhere close to you, an environment that the two of you could share, where they could now pursue that thing that you've inspired them to do. But um, yeah, I think even to some degree, though, taking it under consideration, it's still this give and take. You know, do you want to be able to provide possibly one of the best gifts that you could give someone? You know, this kind of creative, charged, creative energy to go out and do things, and at the same time, do you want it to cost you how close that person is to you? Tough decision that we all have to make. I think if you truly help people, first of all, I mean, you're making the world a better place. You're making them better. Um, and then, you know, even if you don't see them that often, I'm sure that you'll see them sooner or later, and then you'll be able to, you know, enjoy the better person that they have grown into being. Right? I think that that's um, that kind of suspension, or you know, pausing the enjoyment of the relationship could be cathartic and worth it in the long run. But once again, I guess it's a decision everyone has to make on their own. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks for watching. Drop me a like if you enjoyed the video. Also, feel free to comment free reading to be entered into a draw for a free one-on-one reading. I'll be back tomorrow. See you then. Take care.